This video is a highly requested video from a friend. She wanted me to talk about the power of silence. And the reason why she asked me to do this is because everything amazes her and she always knew about things whenever I achieve them. And she's always coming to me and said, Yvonne, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me? Because I knew what I wanted in life, and I just know that if I had to achieve it, I had to keep my mouth closed. My grandmother always shared with me that, Yvonne, if you want anything in life, you cannot let the left hand know what the right hand know. And I should remember that nothing in life is promised to us. Everything in life is a gift. So I always walk with that notion that everything I want, I have to remain silent. Evanity Star TV. Hi, my name is Evanity Star TV, and I'm here today to talk about the power of silence and how you can use it to manifest your success in life. You have to remember that anything that you do in life, in order to achieve it, remember, it's your own success, and nothing in life is promised to you. Remember, life is a gift. So guys, if you like my video, don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. And if you're coming for the first time, remember, you have a lot to learn. So please stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. Watch the video to the end so that you can be edified. So my grandmother always tell me, Yvonne, it's not everything your right hand know. You should let your left hand know. And you must always move in silence to achieve your goal. So because I knew my community and what they're capable of doing, I decided to leave my community and go and live in a different community after I started school and was in school for a year. Because during those days, going back to school at my age, everybody was laughing at me and thinking that it was a taboo for me to be going back to school at my age. So they didn't take me serious. So because I knew that they didn't take me serious, I moved away so they didn't have their mind and their thoughts on me. And I came back when I was a registered nurse and driving up in my whip. And my life continues like that over the years, and that is how I see myself successful. I can tell you this, everything that you speak out and let another person know that, and you wonder why you did not achieve it, ask yourself, who did I tell my intentions to? Nothing is so petrifying than when you speak your intentions to others and it never comes to fruition and they end up laughing at you. You have to learn to be mysterious in life and let people wonder what is your next intention. Because the minute they know of what you're intending to do, then I can assure you it will not come to fruition. We have to remember that we have to be mindful that not everybody who knows your intention has good intentions for you. Now, let me start with 5 things that I'm going to tell you why I became successful in life. And these are some of the things that you should apply in your life. So it is the power of remaining silent. Now, number 1, I became a registered nurse in my community and nobody knew about it. Initially, when I started going to school, I knew that I was living in an environment where people had ill intentions. However they're going to do it, it is going to work for them. And I don't know what they do in their bedroom or behind closed doors, but anytime somebody tried to achieve or uplift themselves, they always fall flat on their face and became somebody worse than what they started out to be. So when I started going to school in my community, everybody was laughing at me and telling me that, why am I going back to school at that age? They didn't understand the real power of school. So I knew that I had some time to cover myself in going to school. So I continued in school until it was 1 year. And after a year completed, I decided to move from the area. So my sister at the time that was living in America, she said, Yvonne, it's time for you to move because guess what? You're not going to be successful. So she kept reminding me of that. So she moved me in a community where nobody knew my intentions. Nobody knew, nobody cared, nobody asked me any question. All I know, I was there and I'm going to school and I was learning, and that was it. I completed nursing school and went back to my community. And to my astonishment, everybody was in awe. Everybody was elated. Everybody was surprised. Nobody knew that I was going to nursing school. It was a big surprise for everybody. And that I can tell you, if anybody had known that I was going to nursing school and I was still living in my community, I would not have made it. And when I said I would not have made it, think about the possibility of what would have happened. Number two, if you're planning to buy a house or a car, never speak your intentions. Always move in silence, because your plan and another person's plan is never the same. And if you're going to buy a house and you may decided that okay, everything is all good, you have your money, your credit score is good, and everything is happening around you that is good, it may happen that you end up don't get in the house, you end up losing your job, you end up getting a separation from your spouse. Always remember this: nothing is promised to us. Everything in life is a gift, and whatever you're going to do, always keep it silent. I can tell you from experience. I was going to buy a house because now I'm living in the state, and I said, well, nothing that I say would ever be affected. I was wrong. So I decided to buy this house, and I tell someone about it. And that same person went and tell another person, tell another person. Before you know it, 5 person was calling me about this house, and before you know it, I ended up didn't have the house. The house plan was no more. I ended up losing my job, and I ended up becoming broke, and I could not understand what happened. But I knew what happened. I knew because I spoke it. I know because I tell this individual. That's why I end up not having the house. The third thing is, have you ever had a friend that calls you and the first thing that they say to you is, hello, how are you doing? What's new, my friend? They want to find out everything about you, to take notes. Remember, this person has not been in your life. They just take up the phone and they call you. They're going to ask you what's new. What is new? Tell me what's new. You have to be wary of those type of people, because you don't know what their intentions are, what their plans are. They want to keep abreast with you. You don't know if it's good or bad. If they mean you good intention, they will call you on the phone and they will ask, how are you? And everything is okay. And not trying to get into your business, because you have friends that you can talk to. You can share things if they call you on a regular basis. And you know good people from bad people. But not everybody is your friend. And not everybody who calls you on the phone and asks you, oh, is everything, they mean good intentions for you. Something could have happened to you and they heard about it. And they don't want to call you outright and ask you what was wrong. They just call you and ask you what's new for you to start telling them. And the minute you start telling them your business, they're going to be telling another person and another person and another person. And you have to remember, you cannot have a friend who have 10 friends, because those 10 friends is going to be hearing about your business. So you have to remember that you have to move in silence in order for anything that you want to have done come into fruition. If you have a friend that is calling you to go to the party or to go to the club or to go for a dinner, you have to remember, a lot of times you have to learn to say no, because you have to keep it mysterious. Let them wonder what is in your head, what are your plans, why aren't you not coming? Because at that time you could be doing something else that is beneficial in your life to achieve a goal. And you have to remember, if you go out, you have to be spending, you have to plan everything that you have to do. And it takes away from you when you're a party pooper or you're a person who goes out to drink. You never can tell what is going to happen. So sometimes you have to learn to say no to that friend. Number 4, when you're on the job, you have to walk in silence, and that is the danger ground. When you're on the job, you're working with multiple personalities, and people are listening to you. They're learning things from you, and they're watching you when you least expect it. If you're on the job and you're in a group of people and everybody's talking, learn to be silent. Listen and be aware of your surroundings. When I go to work, I remain silent. I will go in with a little dance, a little buzz and stuff like that. And the minute conversation starts, I remain silent, because when you're on the job and you start to talk, Everybody is listening to you. They get to know you. They get to know your move. They get to know your intentions. And that is not good. You have to remain mysterious. You have to let them wonder what is in your head and what are your intentions. Because whenever I start to speak on my job, everybody remains silent. And I'm like, and I'm noticing that. Because whenever they're in a conversation, I remain silent, and every 4 or 5 of them will be talking together and laughing and talking about this, talking about that, talking about their plans, buying a house, buying a car, buying this, doing that, saving. And I just remain silent. I don't say nothing. I don't join in the conversation or anything. And the minute I open my mouth, remember, all those people remain silent because they cannot understand the mystery of Yvonne. So you have to understand the power of the mouth and the mind, because people are going to be listening and you don't know what good intentions they have for you. Number 5, you have to think about the power of manifestation. You have to go through a lot of meditation in order to manifest whatever you want in life. You have to write down all your goals, all what you want in life. Write it down and pray about it. Think about it. Keep it in secret. Let yourself become your best friend, because you never know who your enemies are and what are the intentions they have for you. Sometimes we want to share some things in life to feel popular. But remember this, sometimes your popularity can be your demise. So guys, learn to keep your mouth, like my grandmother used to say, keep your mouth shut up, so that you can achieve your goal when you plan in secret. Remember this? Walk good, guys. Be safe. Love you all the time. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Remember, subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string.